Okay, so let's dig into this. We've got a bunch of reviews here for the GlowSync Backlight TV Strip. With GreenSync, that's the key part.
Right.
And our mission today, basically, is to figure out fast if this budget system, this sort of entry-level thing, actually gives you that, immersive experience.
Yeah, or if it's maybe more hassle than it's worth for the price.
Exactly. Is there a hidden effort cost for you?
So what we're looking at is an LED light strip, right? Fits bigger TVs like 55 to 65 inch, and then the larger 65 to 75s.
Okay.
And the whole screen sync magic, well, it comes down to this built-in HD camera.
A camera on the light strip.
Well, attached. It points at the screen, captures the colors, the brightness, all in real time, and then tells the LEDs what to do, tries to match it.
Huh. That's a pretty clever idea, actually. Bringing that ambient light thing to potentially any TV.
Yeah, that's the concept.
And it looks like they give you plenty of aesthetic choices, too. It says here, durable strips, multicolor LEDs, 16 million colors.
Right, the standard stuff for these LED strips now. Plus those music reactive modes.
Yeah, where it pulses with the beat. So that definitely sounds like it could be dynamic.
It has the potential, for sure. But it all hinges on getting the basics right.
Like the setup?
Well, the setup itself seems pretty straightforward. Peel off the backing, stick the strip around the TV edges, all four sides.
Okay, adhesive backing. Standard.
And you control it with a Bluetooth app, or there's a remote too, so that part's easy enough.
I sense a but coming.
But, yeah, the critical thing, the absolute make-or-break detail is where you put that camera.
Okay, the technical bit.
Exactly. It absolutely has to be mounted right at the top center of the screen, pointing down.
Top center. Only.
That's what the source of stress. That single camera is capturing everything. If it's even slightly off-center,
The colors won't match up properly.
you got it.
Yeah.
The whole screen sync idea just falls apart. You end up with like blue light on the side when the screen's showing red. Super distracting. Frustrating.
Right, okay. So, pros. It's kind of fun. Sounds easy to install initially. Fits most TVs. Potentially impressive lighting for gaming or movies.
And it's cheap. Let's be honest, that's a big draw. Budget-friendly compared to some other systems.
Definitely. But that low price always makes you wonder, doesn't it? What are the trade-offs? Where's the compromise for saving that cash?
And that's where we hit what you might call the budget barrier. Saving money often means you sacrifice a bit of performance or convenience or both.
So what are the big caveats here?
Okay, four main things based on these reviews. First, like we just said, that accuracy is totally dependent on getting the camera placement perfect. It's not very forgiving.
Right. And number two, sounds like the environment matters a lot.
Oh, absolutely. These lights just don't look that impressive, not as vivid in a bright room. You really need a darker space for the effect to pop.
So it's less immersive lighting and maybe more just mood lighting if it's dark enough?
Kind of, yeah. And related to that, the brightness itself isn't top tier compared to, say, more premium systems. So ambient light really washes it out.
Okay, that's a biggie. Less a feature, more like
Yeah,
you need perfect conditions. Watch TV in a cave, basically.
pretty much, if you want the best effect.
What about performance, like fast action scenes in movies or games? Can it keep up?
That's the third point. There can be a slight delay, a lag.
Ah.
Think about it. The camera sees the color, sends the data, the processor figures it out, tells the LEDs. There's a chain there.
So microseconds of lag.
Exactly. And with really fast motion, explosions, quick cuts, you might notice the backlight is just a fraction of a second behind the screen.
Okay, so maybe not ideal for hardcore competitive gaming then.
Probably not. No, it might be distracting. And the fourth point is more about long-term use, durability.
Let me guess, the adhesive,
Bingo! That sticky backing might give up over time, start peeling away at the corners.
which would be a pain, especially if you need that camera position to be perfect. You'd have to reset it all.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and we should quickly mention one source flags a really bad Amazon review, like 1 star out of 5.
Ouch.
But context is key here. It was literally based on one single review. One person.
So hardly representative. Could have
Yeah.
just been a faulty unit or a bad day.
Precisely. Not statistically significant, just someone was unhappy.
Okay, got it. So summing up for you listening, the GlowSync strip, it works. It seems to be a genuinely budget-friendly way to get that ambient backlight effect.
It does the job, yeah. But you absolutely have to manage your expectations. Brightness isn't amazing. There might be lag with fast stuff.
And that camera placement is everything. Plus, you need a dark room.
It's definitely not a set it and forget it kind of smart device. It needs the right environment, the right setup, maybe even ongoing tweaks if it starts peeling.
Yeah, it really depends on external factors, doesn't it? Placement, room light.
Totally.
Which brings us to a bigger thought, maybe. You get this feature, this GlowSync, for cheap. But the cost is your own effort in setup and maintaining those ideal conditions.
Right.
Trade-off.
So the real question for you is, when you're picking smart home stuff, especially decor tech like this, how much ongoing effort getting that camera just right, making sure the room's dark enough, are you actually willing to put in to make a budget-friendly, immersive experience, well, work?